Now, our next performance will close out this segment, and we are very fortunate to witness a very special, unique performance here on stage by Mpume Mthombeni. She is an award-winning performer and theater maker from Umlazi, Durban, South Africa. And as co-director of Empatheatre, she focuses on merging research and performance in service of marginalized communities, where the theater acts as sort of a healer or shaman, and stories are a form of medicine.
Odlala thongo lami bayeza, odlala bo, bayeza bangoma baphuma olwandle, odlala sangoma, odlala bo, bayeza bangoma baphuma olwandle, odlala thongo lami, odlala we, bayeza bangoma baphuma olwandle, odlala lwandle. Odlala bo, bayeza bangoma baphuma olwandle. I remember the first time the sea spoke to me. The more I followed the voice, the more the currents began to tug and pull at my legs until my feet could no longer feel the sand. And just as this was happening to me, just as I was about to fall into a deep sea dream, I felt the bony grip of uGogo pulling me back to the surface. Yay! Mzukulu! Gogo yelled, "What were you doing in there? Remember what I have told you. Our ancestors are living down there. Sometimes their voices are so strong that you won't even realize you're swimming out past the wave to reach them. What will happen to me there, Gogo? They will take you under, and they might choose to keep you. When you go down there, you will find very old dark women who live there. Ogoga badala. Uphehluka hamba lapha mzukulu. When you first arrive, they are waiting to receive you. They will know exactly whose child you belong to. When I first was called, I was met by my great-great-grandmother who was waiting for me with her mouth wide open. "Go in, child," said the voice of my mother. "Don't be frightened." When I walked in, it was like walking through big doors of a house, just like that story from the Bible where Jonah is swallowed by a fish. The only difference is that when you go inside, you embrace great powers, uba namandla makhulu, and your mind goes to another level. But when mzukulu, you are not yet ready for this. It's not yet your time. This is a scene from our Empatheatre play, Lalelwa Ulwandle, Listen to the Sea. My name is Mpume Mthombeni. I was born and raised in Umlazi, a township near in Durban, in South Africa. I am a healer, a sangoma. I use words and stories like this one to heal. I remember when I was growing up, ngisakhula ngisamncane, I used to visit sangomas in the neighborhood, and they would teach me how to beat the drum. They would teach me how to dance. They would teach me how to listen and learn from my dreams. I remember one old sangoma telling me how people would go towards in the sea, how they would be carried by this big cloud into the sea towards their ancestors. How did they get into the sea? I have carried this question with me my entire life. I could have never imagined answering this question through our theater methodology, Empatheatre, that the answers would keep flowing with new understanding like the tides and phases of the moon. Over the last decade, our public storytelling has created amphitheaters of empathy. extra-legal tribunals where we can bring out different ways of knowing, being, and doing together, and make new decisions, create new laws and policies in different contexts. Our play, Ulalela Ulwandle, has been co-created with traditional healers, small-scale fishers, scientists, children, lawyers, policymakers, educators, and others. It has toured up and down our coastline, performed at international policy events like the COP27 and the headquarters of FAO, and now the UN here. This play and our short films have been used as evidence in court cases against big oil companies and ministries of minerals and energy who are selling our ocean without our consent, without thinking of our ancestors. These stories were included as evidence of intangible heritage of our fellow indigenous fishers and coastal peoples. And last year, we won 3 court cases in a row. I am here today to call all the policymakers, all the decision makers, align with the storytellers, the healers and lovers of the ocean who have words and images, dreams and memories, who can speak to the ocean and who can also listen to her needs. Our stories are the sacred medicine, umuti, that ocean decision-making needs. Storytelling and story listening dissolves the barriers and disconnections between disciplines and departments. It sculpts new evidences, new ways of making meaning with the ocean. Listen to us. We know the sea. Nivume, vumela nitongolika ba. Nivume, vumela nitongolika ba. Nivume, vumela nitongolika ba. Nivume, vumela nitongolika ba. Nivume, vumela nitongolika ba.
I mean, let's keep giving it up to Mpume for that extremely captivating, healing performance.